Hey there, music fans! Are you ready to take a trip down memory lane and revisit the iconic era of grunge music? Buckle up for a wild ride through the history of Nirvana, the band that made grunge a thing and flannel shirts a fashion statement. From their humble beginnings in Aberdeen, Washington to their meteoric rise to fame, Nirvana changed the landscape of rock music forever. We're talking mosh pits, power chords, and enough angst to fuel 1,000 teenage diaries. Their music was raw, emotional, and spoke to a generation that felt misunderstood and overlooked. But don't worry, we'll keep it light, funny, and maybe even a little bit insightful. Nirvana wasn't just about the heavy stuff. They had a playful side that often shone through in their performances and interviews. Ready to dive into the wacky world of Nirvana? Let's go! We'll explore their biggest hits, their most memorable moments, and the legacy they left behind.
Nirvana wasn't just about being loud and angry, though they were very good at that. They were also hilarious. Kurt Cobain, Chris Novoselic, and Dave Grohl had a chemistry that was electric both on and off the stage. These guys were kings of pranks, goofy interviews, and just generally not taking themselves too seriously. Whether it was smashing their instruments on stage or giving absurd answers to interview questions, they always kept things interesting. Which is pretty ironic considering how seriously everyone else took them. Their fans were devoted, and their music was often dissected and analyzed for deeper meanings.
So, get ready to laugh, learn a thing or two, and maybe even gain a new appreciation for the band that defined a generation. Nirvana's influence can still be felt today in music, fashion, and pop culture. And maybe even bust out your air guitar, flannel shirt optional, but encouraged. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to their music, there's something for everyone in the story of Nirvana. So sit back, relax, and let's rock out together. First up, we've got the enigmatic Kurt Cobain, the band's frontman and resident tortured artist. Kurt was a walking contradiction, shy yet explosive, soft-spoken yet screaming his lungs out on stage. He wrote songs about alienation and despair that somehow made millions of people feel less alone.
He was a songwriter, a guitarist, and a walking fashion statement. Fun fact, I once wore a dress on stage just to mess with people's expectations. Who says punk rock can't be fashionable?
Next, we've got Chris Novoselic, the towering bassist who provided the rhythmic backbone to Nirvana's sonic chaos. Chris was known for his wild stage presence, often throwing his bass guitar in the air and sometimes catching it, which is more than we can say for some people.
I was like the friendly giant of grunge, always down for a good time and a good slam dance. We like to imagine me spending my off days bass jumping and wrestling bears, just because it seems like something I'd do.
And last but not least, we've got Dave Grohl, the drumming powerhouse, who brought a sense of almost unsettling calmness to Nirvana's chaotic energy. Dave was the guy who could keep a beat while the world around him was falling apart, which, let's be honest, was basically every Nirvana concert ever.
Little did anyone know, I was also a songwriting genius in hiding, just waiting for my moment to shine. Spoiler alert, I did alright for myself after Nirvana, but more on that later.
A match made in Seattle? Well, Aberdeen actually. Nirvana's story is a classic tale of three small-town kids who made it big.
They came from Aberdeen, Washington, a place that's probably best known for producing Nirvana. And maybe some good lumber?
Imagine Kurt, Chris, and Dave hanging out in their garages, writing songs about angst, boredom, and whatever else they could find to rhyme with teen spirit. It all sounds very romantic and gritty, like a scene out of a rock and roll movie. Smells Like Teen Spirit, the accidental anthem. Speaking of Smells Like Teen Spirit, let's talk about the song that launched 1,000 mosh pits.
Legend has it that Kurt wrote the song's iconic riff in like 5 minutes, proving that sometimes genius really is just a happy accident.
The song became an anthem for a generation, even though nobody, including the band themselves, really knew what the heck teen spirit was supposed to smell like. Probably a mix of sweat, cheap beer, and teenage angst, if we had to guess. MTV Unplugged. Rocking in pajamas? This iconic show brought a new dimension to the music scene, offering fans a chance to see their favorite bands in a completely different light. Instead of the usual electrifying performances, MTV Unplugged stripped everything down to the basics, focusing on raw acoustic talent. Nirvana might have been known for their loud, raucous live shows, but they also knew how to strip it down and get intimate. Their usual concerts were a whirlwind of energy, with Kurt Cobain's raw vocals and the band's powerful instrumentals shaking the very foundations of the venues they played. But when they took the stage for MTV Unplugged, they showed a completely different side of themselves.
Enter MTV Unplugged, The show where bands played acoustic versions of their songs, surrounded by candles and strategically placed houseplants. The ambiance was cozy and intimate, creating a stark contrast to the usual high-energy rock concerts. It was a setting that encouraged vulnerability and authenticity, allowing artists to connect with their audience on a deeper level.
Nirvana's Unplugged performance is legendary, featuring haunting renditions of their hits and some surprising covers. The band chose to perform lesser-known tracks and covers of songs by artists like David Bowie and Led Belly, showcasing their diverse musical influences and their ability to reinterpret songs in their unique style. Who knew they were such big Lead Belly fans? Their cover of Where Did You Sleep Last Night was a standout moment, with Cobain's raw emotional delivery leaving a lasting impression on everyone who heard it.
It was a different side of Nirvana, proving they were more than just noise and fury. The Unplugged performance highlighted their versatility and depth as musicians, showing that they could create powerful, moving music even without the distortion and volume that characterized their usual sound.
There were noise, fury, and a surprising amount of tenderness. This performance remains one of the most memorable in the history of MTV Unplugged, a testament to Nirvana's enduring legacy and their ability to touch the hearts of listeners in unexpected ways. The show not only cemented their place in rock history, but also revealed the emotional depth and musical sophistication that lay beneath their grunge exterior. Section 8. The Legacy. More than just a band. Sadly, Nirvana's time in the spotlight was cut short, but their impact on music and pop culture is undeniable. They made it okay to be weird, to be loud, to be vulnerable.
They inspired countless kids to pick up guitars, form bands, and write their own anthems.
Nirvana showed the world that music could be raw, powerful, and honest, even if it didn't involve any pyrotechnics or spandex pants. Section 9. Nirvana Trivia. Because who doesn't love trivia? Now, it's time for some Nirvana trivia. Did you know that Kurt Cobain once worked as a janitor? It's true. He even referenced his former profession in the song Serve the Servants.
See, even rock stars have to pay their dues, or at least clean up other people's messes.
And here's another fun fact. Krist Novoselic ran for political office. He might not have won, but hey, at least he tried to change the system from the inside out. Section 10. What if Nirvana had TikTok? Imagine, if you will, a world where Nirvana had TikTok. Kurt Cobain lip-syncing to Smells Like Teen Spirit with a filter that gives him cat ears. Krist Novoselic doing the renegade dance with his bass guitar. Dave Grohl posting drum covers of, well, everything.
Okay, maybe that's a little too much to handle, but it's fun to think about, right?
Section 11. Final Thoughts. Grunge, Laughter, and the Power of Music. So there you have it, folks. The hilarious history of Nirvana, a band that proved that sometimes the best music comes from the most unexpected places. From their humble beginnings in Aberdeen, Washington, to their meteoric rise to fame, Nirvana's journey was anything but ordinary. They brought a raw, unfiltered energy to the music scene that was both refreshing and revolutionary. Their sound was a blend of punk rock's rebellious spirit and heavy metal's intensity, creating a unique genre that came to be known as grunge. They were loud, they were proud, and they weren't afraid to make you laugh, or maybe cringe a little. Kurt Cobain, Krist Novoselic, and Dave Grohl had a chemistry that was palpable, both on and off the stage. Their music was a reflection of their personalities, raw, honest, and unapologetically real. They tackled serious issues like depression, alienation, and societal expectations, but they also knew how to have fun and not take themselves too seriously. Their live performances were a testament to this, often filled with unexpected antics and humorous moments that left the audience both entertained and inspired.
Nirvana's music continues to inspire, provoke, and entertain. Their legacy lives on through their timeless songs and the countless artists they have influenced. Even today, their music resonates with new generations of fans who find solace and strength in their powerful lyrics and unforgettable melodies. The band's ability to connect with people on such a deep emotional level is a testament to their enduring impact on the world of music.
And their story reminds us that sometimes all you need is 3 chords, a little bit of angst, and a whole lot of heart to change the world. Nirvana's journey is a powerful reminder that music is not just about technical skill or polished performances. It's about passion, authenticity, and the ability to connect with others on a profound level. So, whether you're a seasoned musician or just starting out, remember that the most important thing is to stay true to yourself and let your heart guide your music, because in the end, it's the heart and soul behind the music that truly makes a difference.